Hello, welcome to Chaotic Calling Streaming, where we play D&D pretty much almost all week almost now. We are in our Trails to the Past in Elsparia, and I am the DM Starwin, and I'm here to welcome these adventurers back to the game, or back to this game. Yeah, Faustus, say hello.
I do believe I have a fireball with a cult's name on it.
Kronk,
Good evening.
Oren,
We might have to kill some cultists again. Goody.
and Arthur.
I hate orcs.
Well, you are one right now, if I recall correctly, right?
Actually, nope.
Oh yeah, you went back to the group. At any rate, let me do the recap. Alright, so let me close that real quick. Kronk and Orin go to discover the quest board. Arthur discovers that Shella isn't a longbow, but a dead corpse. Breaks news to Faustus. Faustus actually heals Shella, and still no longbow. The party took a quest about orc invasions and dealing with their spies. We found out also that Ori was taken in by the cultists of Tiamat, according to Shella, when she was revived. The party tries to spook some kobolds by the gate, and then head out to deal with some orcs. After tracking the group of spies down and defeating the spies' main group, the orcs were deemed evil, and the party did what they could to eliminate them, and one of them looked similar to Jeff. Arthur disguises himself as an orc and informs the other group that there's a military there to scare the major group of orcs to fall back. Dorian is now on one of these said ogres and is retreating, and Arthur returns back to the group. And I believe that's where we left off, right?
Yep.
Then, my friends, as you are recovering at this moment and seeing the large group of orcs heading south, what would you all like to do?
So, well, we certainly have taken care of the spies, but it appears that it's much part of a much larger problem.
Need more help.
So, I think we can also confirm that the kobolds near the entrance of the city might also be involved. Don't I recall a quest about the relocating of kobolds?
Yes, they
Something.
were hoping to get the kobolds moved. Perhaps we could get paid for that too.
It's like, we also might be able to report our findings from the spies, and that might lead to another potential venture for ourselves.
Money is money.
Well,
So
remember,
the-
we are also doing this to further your guys' reputation, so that you might also be granted entrance into the ball next week.
True. And it's true. The more we do, the more renown we get.
How does one get into a ball?
Actually, I don't know what a ball is, really.
It's kind of like an apple.
Roll a history
Would it
check.
be like what a ball
Come on,
is?
Orin.
You
Well,
throw
yeah,
it,
but do you want specifics, or do you want to?
Orin probably has never heard of a ball, actually, probably.
I mean, you never know. Your folks were probably invited to a ball since they were honorable people.
Small village.
Hmm. But apparently, they had some renown about making weapons.
Yeah. But I think they're more focused on their weapon
Fair enough.
crafting and stuff like that. So
All right, feel
Orin.
free to continue. Then I just wanted to check in.
Well, Kronk, in the simplest terms, a ball is simply a dance among people of great rapport or importance.
Well, that sounds boring.
Oh, trust me, they are boring, but it is the place where individuals that we may be interested in tend to gather. regardless of how you feel about them, they are the place to be if you want to put your hands in the right pockets.
Guess you're right. Kronk, do you know how to dance?
I am the best dancer from my swamp.
I got 2 left feet.
I'm
That
over,
is very peculiar.
I'm over here imagining Kronk teaching Orin how to dance now.
I mean, to be fair, if Kronk's the only person from his swamp,
I know it's going to be a terrible dance and nobody's actually learning anything.
Faustus is realizing now how screwed he is. Okay, perhaps you two should, once you're in the ball, just keep both of your feet firmly planted on the ground.
I make no promises.
If I'm in my armor, it's pretty hard to get off the ground.
Fair enough.
It's like, oh, that will have to be remedied. You'll need to definitely shine your armor for the ball's occasion.
You see this silver on my armor is beautiful.
All bloodstained. from all
Yes,
the
and you'll
orcs
find
that you
and you'll
just
find
killed.
that silver and you'll find that silver tarnishes with, especially when exposed. Even there now tarnish is starting to form. Kind of points at it.
I'll just go to my friend and work on it a little bit before the ball, and it'll look good as new.
I assume
Just
this
as
is
long as you
all.
don't do
I assume this is all walking and talking at this point.
yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Just so long as you do something. The individuals at that ball may be unlikely to speak to you if you look, how should I put it, unrefined?
I am not cutting my hair.
What did you say? We missed it.
I am not cutting my hair.
That's, I think, will be the least of your concerns.
Did we ever make a bathhouse in time? Or I'm gonna go look while you keep this up.
Faustus, you probably noticed that my hair is extremely long and looks like it hasn't been cut forever.
It's like, yes, but that's the reason why certain nobles wear ponytails.
Okay, what?
Ponytails.
Oh my god, we're having a whole.
No.
Continue.
It is a style of hair where you gather your hair in the back of your head and tie it so that it all.
My mother wore a ponytail. Me and my father? No.
I won't say that you'll have to get used to nobles' fashion, but as I said, if you want to be taken seriously, you'll need to be considerate of your appearances.
I also had the best hair in the swamp.
Does Kronk even have hair?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
over here. Yeah, I'm raised. You could definitely got an eyebrow raise from me, buddy. Alright. Best everything from what I heard.
It's like, who exactly was making these determinations?
Usually, the squirrels and the gophers had a
But you can't
committee.
trust squirrels.
You can't trust squirrels. Hmm.
What is your obsession with squirrels?
Those squirrels look like they were gonna kill that guy.
That guy?
Yeah, he was riding his horse. Then those 2 squirrels, they looked like they were aiming for him. No, if you fall off your horse, you can hit your head and keel over.
think someone's just slightly paranoid, but okay.
Meanwhile, in the background, we see like beady eyes as your group passes over a tree, and then this tree of eyes just kind of like looks down there, and they start squeaking at each other in squirrels, like, "That's him. That's the one. It's the one that did all those things. Do we have enough weapons yet? No, not yet. They only got so many that they weren't able to find. We shall continue gathering ammunition." And then it's back to you guys. At this point, I would say like you spent maybe a good hour or so coming back towards the town. I think it wasn't too far away from the city to get to this location, and you guys are coming towards the gate. And of course, there's that little campsite down below in that gullet where these kobolds are just, taking a respite. Guards kind of like greet you from across the way as you guys come over. Is there anything you want to do at this location?
Excuse me, guards.
Yes.
This might seem like a strange question, or maybe even a stupid question, but have you noticed anything peculiar about those kobolds?
Yeah, I did. They won't leave.
Yes, I realize that part, but I meant more anything that might be considered suspicious.
He like tries to think back. Well, I've only been on watch for a couple hours now, and I was told by the other guys most they do is like come out, have a meal, and then they say that older looking one kind of like stares up at the guards for a while, but I don't know, maybe he's got some kind of bent will or whatever, but he just kind of like stares at us. Oh, there he is, he's doing it right now, and you kind of like look down and see the oldest of the kobolds just kind of like staring up, daggers up at the guard, like scrutinizing him or whatnot. I don't know what's wrong with him, but you know what, I bet it's constipation.
Sure. Perhaps it's just that. Just kind of stares.
The other guard's
It's
like, yeah, and the other guard's like, can kobolds get I mean, I guess they can. I mean, they eat almost anything, right? Yeah, that's probably what it is. He's getting old. His bowels are not working. Who knows? It's some weird stuff like that. But yeah, they just been hanging out there, and that old one just keeps staring up this way. What are you looking at, old kobold? Ah, nothing. Go back to your own business. But
Grunk's gonna go over and just like slowly peer over the kobold's neck, see what he's looking at.
so they're down below. You're up here on the bridgeway that's kind of like going into the city. And as you kind of like poke your head over, slowly look, you can see him trying to look past you and keep an eye on the guards. Then he just kind of like looks at you as you like poke your head out, it's like, and then looks back.
What are you looking at?
None of your business.
How do you know it's not my business?
Because I am my own business.
Oh, you sell yourself?
I used to once upon a time, but I can't do that no more. Now he looks sad and looks at the fire below.
Maybe you need to be a better salesman.
He thanks to himself and stares back at you for a moment. Well, what's your business?
I like to save people and find herbs.
Who's Herb?
He owns a store in a city far from here.
Ah, sounds like he has a good business then.
He does not have much special herbs, though.
What kind of herbs? Wait, yeah, he's getting confused now.
He just has things like ginseng and lavender.
Oh, I thought he was looking for himself. I was getting confused.
So, Kronk, what are you doing down there?
I'm trying to see what this old guy is looking at.
He's like, would you like a rat on a stick? He pulls out this rat that they shish kebabbed and put over an open flame.
Did you marinate it?
Didn't have time. It was too squirmy. It's fresh, though.
Perhaps just a leg.
Bad enough.
If you need help learning to sell yourself, my friend up there is very good with the words.
I'll keep it in mind. What's your name again?
I am called Kronk.
Frog. Good name. Pat you on the shelf. Well, off you go.
So, what were you looking at?
The sky.
Ah, I do that a lot too.
Does that satisfy your answer? Or your question, I should say.
I guess that'll be a good answer.
Yep, just staring at the sky.
And Kronk's gonna go back up to the group.
Alright.
He says he's just looking at the sky.
Well, Kronk, did you perhaps ask why?
I look at the sky to pick images from the clouds.
Faustus thinks for a moment. Well, Kronk, everyone looks at the sky for different reasons. Perhaps he had a different reason.
Maybe he was looking for a way to become a better salesman.
From the sky.
There's many ways to get inspiration.
Still up there on this
Just
bridge.
blinks.
Yeah.
I have perhaps my own suspicions, but for now, let's at least return to the guild and update them on the situation.
Alright, so the party continues onward then?
Yeah.
Alright. You're led through the gates, you're able to return through the city. And Orin and Kronk can easily lead you guys to the Adventure Guild located here in Timor.
Well, they seem to have a different presentation in this city.
Indeed they do. Like, this is just a single story building that you walk into.
They had a very good quests, though.
Well, yes, I suppose that I, of all people, should understand that appearances can be deceiving.
Alright, at which you enter into this single story building, and yeah, it is longer than like the 8 pillars, but it has like just the simplest setup. No upstairs, no nothing. Just this one single clerk and maybe a few extra adventurers who have been hanging out here as of late. And this is the Advertonius Stillward chapter, owned by the Stillward family. And this half-elf clerk just kind of like notices you all coming in, recognizes Orin and Kronk from the other day. Back already?
We found some orcs.
Well, that was part of the task. I would hope so. Well, go ahead and make your report, and we'll give you a reward.
It's like, well, we were able to determine that they were most certainly spies, and we did eliminate those spies.
Very good. Very good.
However, we did uncover some information from them prior to their demise.
Oh, well.
There appears to be a much larger force a bit further away from the city. Apparently, they are planning to raid.
Huh. Well, I know just a group of people to send in for that particular quest. Well, in that case, here, let me go ahead and reward you for a job well done. And each of you can receive 50 gold pieces from this quest.
Da-na-na-na.
50 gold, 50 rupees. Alright. Yes.
We were wondering if the Cobalt quest is still available.
Oh, yes, if you can get rid of those kobolds, the guards would be greatly appreciative. Yeah, it's still up there if you want to take it.
We would be very pleased to try.
Well, then, by all
It's
means.
like now, is there any restriction regarding how they might be relocated? Exactly what specifically is asked?
Well, the guards told us they would turn around if necessary, but if it can be avoided, kind of like gives you a silent wink.
Yes, I do catch your meaning, just so long as we can use all tools available to us.
Yep, just let the guards know you're there to take care of the relocation. You know, mum is the word. But yeah, if you guys need anything else, you let me know. I think that's the only quest remaining. I don't know why nobody wants to deal with kobolds. Actually, I could think of 100 reasons to be honest, but
Above game, I do think there was like 2 other quests that you mentioned from last time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was.
there probably was, and I'm gonna assume they're gone by now because I don't know if I wrote them somewhere where I saved it. I'll have to check. I might have saved them somewhere, but I don't know if I did. Oops.
I think one of them involved cheese.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
well,
I can't.
one of
I
them was
can't.
guarding a cheese cart.
Yeah, I can't forget that one. Okay, yeah, that one's still there.
And the other one was
Actually, I think it was just those 3.
I could have sworn there was one more.
I could have sworn too.
Four.
What was it?
There was 4.
Yeah, but do you remember the fourth one?
I think it was dealing with gnolls for some reason.
Oh, right, it was the Knolls.
Ah,
Yes,
Yep.
it was the Knoll quest.
Aha!
Nah, see, memories are being jogged, and we're remembering things. Good for you. But yeah, I mean, I imagine that one would probably still be there too then, since we remembered it.
Oh, might as well take that one as well. The gnolls one.
All right, so what's the agenda, my friends?
Well, since we've already sort of opened up a dialogue with the kobolds, we might as well, as we say, finish the conversation.
All right, so I'll go ahead.
He was a good man. I would like to talk to him more.
I do sort of want to know what he means by selling himself.
Maybe he grows his arms back and he is a cook.
I I don't think that is it. Although maybe he thinks that's what he means. I haven't dealt with that many kobolds, but they seem to have the same threads of logic.
Meanwhile, the voice in the back of your head is like Shell is screaming, Moses, where are you, Moses? Don't hurt your hand.
It's like, Shella, what did I tell you about sleeping?
Well, currently you're not at the tavern, so you don't know what she's up to.
I don't know what the girl's doing. Maybe she sent the sending spell.
She's almost that level.
So, anyway,
Oh yeah, that was.
so we should probably deal with the kobolds first while we have it on our minds, and then maybe circle back to the gnolls.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. You can spear him if you want. The
Oh, I
half
just
elf.
remembered to take that +1 off there.
Oh yeah, I was going to say
Oh,
that.
did you even use the spear in that combat?
Yeah, once.
Yeah. I mean, it got used,
Good.
so that's good. All right. So I take it we're going to go back to the kobolds now, right?
Yep.
All right. So you continue back towards the kobolds, passing the tavern where we assume Shella is, and then make it back to the eastern gate once more. Let's see. Let's call it time of day, shall we? So we know. It's probably about 5 in the evening at this point. And they got like a little campfire there, and you can see like the guards have pulled out handkerchiefs to like put over their mouths so that they can breathe while they're on duty. The smoke keeps blowing into their direction.
I can see that you two are enjoying yourselves.
Yeah. It's just damn kobolds.
Well, I suppose that you'll be happy to know that we've come to deal with the issue.
No. Oh, ow.
So I might recommend standing elsewhere.
Yeah, you know what? I think we're gonna take a quick little breather inside. Let's go, John. All right. And the two of them just kind of like walk off. How many kobolds are there? There are, at this moment, as you look down, 4, and the old man's not seen. The oldest of them can't be seen. There's like 5 pop tents down there. And there's this little campfire that's built a little too close to the bridge. Not close enough to burn the bridge, thank God, but, you know, let these kobolds have an inch, and they'll take the bridge.
I don't seem to see the elderly one. I wonder where he could have gone.
Maybe he is having a nap.
Well, this might be the perfect time to strike up a conversation with their compatriots? Underlings?
We will go and ask where the old man is.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
not immediately. If the old man isn't around, they might be a bit more loose-lipped about the reason why they're here.
Grunk's just gonna meander his way down there.
All right.
Oh,
Well, yeah.
Wait up, Crunk.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of like draw a little map here for reference here. Oh God, I'm a terrible artist. There we go. That sounds smoother. All right, there we go. All right. This is the road. All right, I'll go ahead and drop you guys over here so we can all look together as I make this. So basically, like, this is the gate. This is leading out that way. And the kobolds are right around here. And I'll grab some kobold tokens here. And if you guys want to, you can place yourself up there if you want. And I'll say like there's a little ladder that's right here where you can get down here. And go ahead and pull your tokens and put them on the map if you would, please. Starting up there at the top if you would.
My map all crazy. I'm gonna reload.
Alright, no problem. That'll give me time to finish painting the picture here. How many did I tell you? 4? Yeah, so this gotta be in like a...
4.
There you go, that guy's in it popped in.
Actually, like as Faustus is following Krunk, he is going to send a message to Arthur saying, I have my suspicions, but I think maybe the elderly one might be looking for a signal in the sky. Do keep an eye out.
Do you remember also the orcs said that they were spies here underneath the bridge and that they were kobolds? Too many coincidences line up.
It's like, yes, and that's what I'm afraid of. They might be looking for a signal to attack. Or cause a distraction at any rate.
I'm sitting here wondering, like, okay, they get the attack signal, then they all start running up there trying to stab the guards, and the guards just kill them. Alright. So Krunk is making his way down there, and like, this one's like, what do you want?
I'm looking for my friend.
Who's your friend?
The old kobold is my friend.
So he went down there to start the conversation. What are you doing, Faustus?
Krunk, hold on. So he's kind of like going down the stair.
As you say, hold on, like he points, oh, he's over there in that tent over there.
Is he napping?
Nah, he's just taking a break, yeah.
Taking a break from what exactly?
I mean, he's taking a break from having a good day, that's what. Yeah. Yeah, just having a good day. Yeah.
And why was it such a good day? Did anything particular happen?
Nothing happened. That's a good day in any kobold's book.
Oh, so then you're pleased that nothing happened.
Yeah, we're pleased nothing happened. We get to be lazy. Yeah!
What would count as something for you?
And they all kind of like look at each other, kind of confused. Well, it'd be a bad day if we had to be chased down by direwolves. Yeah, that's always a bad day. Definitely a bad day.
So then you're afraid that you'll be attacked by direwolves if you're camped here?
Wait, there's a direwolf nearby? Wait, did he just say there's direwolves? Quick, we must wake up the master. We must leave at once.
Actually, yes, I might recommend you flee now.
No, wait, master! And Krog, what are you doing? He did tell you where he was.
I'm just gonna look around for these dire wolves.
Oh, you're gonna look around for the direwolves. So the one over here kind of like wakes up the guy. He's like, what do you want? What did he do? What's up? He said there's some direwolves around. There's no direwolves around, you crazy nunyucks. Get back to watch.
He sends a message spelled. He sends a message spelled. Yeah, he sends a message spelled to one of them and like makes a howling sound.
With that, I'm going to put on the direwolf skin. I'm going to just look over
Okay,
the
so
bridge.
I need it. Which one do you want to send that message to? Because this could be hilarious.
He's going to send it to. Actually, yeah, the one that specifically was starting to talk to the elder.
Oh dear Lord. Okay. So the elder's like, "What are you talking?" And he's like, "Did you hear that? I heard it just now. It's the wolf." I didn't hear nothing, you whippersnapper. No. He kind of slaps
He
him in
sends
the
a
back of-
message now into the elder.
He kind of
Oh,
like
woo!
look. Make an intimidation check.
Could I possibly use deception?
No.
It's
Okay.
not be-
I had
I
to
think
ask.
that should be a performance. If he's trying to sound like something else.
I'll let performance go. Yeah. I guess that's fair.
It's not much different anyway, but we'll see.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to go good for him. He's like, so he gets wide-eyed. They're all getting wide-eyed. These three are like, wait, what's going on? Don't hear anything. And they're like, did you hear that? No, I didn't hear it. I heard it. Oh, but did you hear it? No, I didn't hear a thing. What are you talking about? What's going on? Are we leaving? Are we staying? Are there direwolves? What's going on? Yeah, so there's a... Go ahead.
Yeah, just keep sending messages to each one, making the
Oh,
woof
God.
sound.
So eventually they're all hearing it in different segments. Oh, my God. All right. Meanwhile, up there by Orin and Arthur, what are we doing again?
I was gonna say Arthur's putting on that direwolf skin that he still has.
Oh yeah, you did.
He's just gonna look over to kind of help sell the lie.
I'm gonna have them make a perception check to see if they see you. I mean, not. They rolled a 0 on perception. They're not looking above the bridge. That's for sure.
Oh, that's because they're just so focused on this direwolf that they're just panicking.
Yeah. So they're starting to panic. Why would there be direwolves near the city? There shouldn't be direwolves near the city. The guards should be taking care of them. Should we go get the guards? They could deal with this, right? Hey, you get the guards. And they kind of like pointed you. Go get the guards and tell them that the direwolves are attacking.
It's like, no, we shall take care of the direwolves. I believe that you all should flee while you still can.
Make
He
them
will
this.
guard you.
With that, I'm also going to let out a growl, as similar to a direwolf as I can.
Yeah, and as soon as you do so, they kind of like look up and see the silhouette of this direwolf skin that you have thrown over you, and like, ah, there it is! It's right there! Kill it! And they all
Quick,
start.
run! Save yourselves!
Well, Kronk said he would protect them, so they all start hiding behind Kronk. They're like, get out of the way! I was here first. No, I was here first. You move! Get out of the way! I'm hiding here. He was my hiding spot first. So they're pushing each other over.
Faustus, Faustus sends a message to Krunk. Quick, fall over like you've just been knocked down. Like you fainted.
And it's going to be the slowest fall over ever.
He's so slow, even gravity doesn't affect him as quickly.
Oh, mercy. Whoa, as Kronk slowly falls to the ground. Oh no!
Oh no, the power of the howl has caused Krunk to fall faint.
Kronk, are you?
I am falling.
I am falling. Still falling. Make a persuasion check with that, Faustus. Fair enough.
22.
They take your words of wisdom and they all start to like. The old man goes into the tent real quick, grabs a bunch of stuff, and then just runs out. And then all of them start running. All right,
Can I
we
make a
retreat for now. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you know if I make a quick perception to see what all they grab, especially if say maybe there's a thing involving a invasion works?
Well, the thing is, the pop tent's in the way of you actually seeing him pick up anything. And whenever he picked up, he like stowed the weight on himself. So you just see him go into the tent, regardless. And probably like the perception check would allow you to hear what kind of ruckus he was making. But as far as like seeing anything identifiable from there, you probably wouldn't be able to see right off. But you want to make that perception.
Alright, sure.
You hear clanking of like mess kits, and then shuffling of papers, and then like paper being stashed into a bag, and then he just runs out, and then all the kobolds start following him.
Goodbye, friend.
Run for your life, Krog! The dire wolves, they'll eat you!
Stuck.
Did he finally hit the ground?
He's sufficiently turtled.
Alright. So they run for their lives. And are you guys doing anything else?
It's like, well, we most certainly relocated them. Do you think if we follow them, they might lead us back to their initial camp?
Possibly.
More likely. Also, what use does kobold have of papers?
They might very well be orders.
It'd be bad to get it.
Oh, I'm sorry, could you repeat that, Orin?
Would it be bad if we just go get it? We have plenty of time to kill.
Oh, most certainly. So, like I said, they might be part of a larger camp.
Follow them then. Or maybe Arthur. You're probably best at that job.
So basically, I'll be following some kobolds of my own.
Well, I'll keep my distance. I don't want to give you away. Looks at himself and bangs on his chest. I don't think this is good for that.
So, Krunk and I will follow closer behind just to make sure that nothing happens to you as you go and do what needs to be done.
Yeah, so if you're gonna chase these kobolds down, how do you want to do this?
Okay. Is there any sort of trees up on the path they're taking?
For the most part, like or at least like 150 feet away from the city proper, it's like open land. Like the trees have been cleared around the cities properly. But you do see like a forested region that they're kind of like running towards the south and west. West does kind of like lend it towards the coast. But they are heading southward. But obviously, like, they're not going directly in the direction that you guys know that the orc army was.
Okay. In that event, I'll probably just stay down low and try keeping either some tall grass or just whenever they look behind, just go prone and try and hide.
Alright, make a stealth check then. And everybody else is just, like, staying back, like, 100 feet or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere in that 7,500 range.
Yeah. 7,500 feet behind. Yeah, so with that stealth check, I'll just roll a general check for them. Who is your better? Nah. Okay, they're oblivious. You see them all kind of like screaming and hollering, and then they get to like the southern road that leads out the south gate of the town or the city, and they kind of like use the side of the road to catch their breath, and then are like looking around. You hear them? I don't hear them. Do you hear them? Oh, they could be catching up to us anytime soon. Let's keep tracking. And instead of like the hasted pace they had before, they're now just going like a marching pace. So like they're easier to keep a bead on since they kind of like slow down and not running away in a panic now. But they go off on the west side of the road, and they seem to be traveling towards the coastline, which there's a way to get down to it, and there's like a port that's in the city itself, and it's unheard. It's not unheard of that there might be like little fishing outcrops nearby on the southern ends outside the city. So, I mean, that's what comes to mind whenever you start thinking about where you're tracking them to. So, you track them down. You tell me how close you want to get.
I want to definitely be within listening distance, but probably far back enough if I have to go prone, I can be easily stealthed.
Right. Yeah, you guys continue, and they kind of like check back every now and then, and just you're in a good enough position where you're like hiding in whatever shrubbery is there, and then eventually you see them get to a path that's like a winding trail that comes from the top part of this, almost like at the edge of a cliff, and it kind of like leads down to a beached area. So there's like sand and shore that you can kind of like see just beyond, and from there, as far as cover goes, there's really nothing. I mean, you could stay up here, and it's like from here to the actual ocean water tip from the shore. I think it's about 300 feet, so you can like maybe stay up here if you want, but that's going to keep you about 300 feet away from whatever they're trying to do, or if they go closer to the ocean. But they start trailing down this little trail, and then they're on this open beach, and then they seem to be just marching south along the beach. At about this point, I'd say your party catches up to you, and you're at the crossroad, whether or not you trek down to the beach or just keep an eye on them from up here, or something else. You can think of something.
I'm gonna pull out the longbow, and I'm just gonna keep an eye on them for now. If they start moving again, I'll start moving.
All right, and the rest of you?
How far away, sorry?
Like, you kind of like caught up to him, and he's up on the top part of this cliff, and there's like the shore down below. As far as like drop off, it's probably like a 50-foot drop, but there was like a trail that the kobolds took to go down, and then they went down to the beach side, and now they're marching south through the beach. And they're probably about 100 feet away from the actual cliff that you're currently at. You can get there without them detecting you, no problem. If you have questions about the scenario, please ask, just in case I'm not describing it correctly. I want to make sure I got the full picture for both of us to understand.
Okay, so there's the pathway leading down to where they are along the coastline, and they're walking pretty much parallel, about 100 feet away from the cliffside that we're currently standing on.
Mm-hmm.
Does there seem to be anything like in the general direction of where they're walking, or?
Those will be checks that need to be made.
I'm still going to keep my distance because I don't want to give everyone away.
Here, I'm going to drag you all off on this side so I can actually kind of like paint the picture if needed. We'll say like not to scale, keep in mind. Okay, so like you guys are following along here. There was like a little trail that led down into this area. And then it's like an open beach. The ocean kind of like washes up to about this point. And they're like traveling south in that direction.
So Faustus will see if he can catch what might be up ahead with a 20.
Alright, hold on. As you kind of like watch them go down that way, you can't help but see a bird flying in the air. But, you kind of continue to look down that way, and also, like, there's like small shacks built every so often along the path going down this way, and kobolds kind of like run over to a shack, and it looks like they just went inside.
It appears that they've entered the shack.
That
That
bird
might be
you
the base
saw
of
in
their
the sky,
operations.
yeah, that bird you saw in the sky kind of like takes a dive to the shack.
I try and shoot that bird down. Wait, I don't see this, do I?
Yeah, Faust is the only one that saw it. Yeah. I mean, make a perception check. We'll see if you can catch it as well. And of course, Faustus can like point it out if he noticed it, if he wants to.
It's like, what is that bird doing there?
Yeah, I'd say you'd see it after he points it out for you.
Okay. Somehow, I'm trying to get. That could be a messenger bird. I'm not taking any chances with this one. I am going to do my best to try and shoot that thing out of the sky.
All right. You're using a longbow. Did we finally get
That's
that?
a longbow.
We
He
finally
picked
got
it up before we left.
Yeah. So apparently my monologue forgot to include that. Anyway, go ahead and fire with the longbow, my friend. 17 hits.
With or without sneak attack.
Technically with. So you slam your arrow into this bird, and then all of a sudden, it changes shape. And then all of a sudden, this giant orc figure starts falling out of the sky and crashes on top of the shack. So there's a loud thud, and then there's this debris, and then all these kobolds who are like running for their lives once again.
I just want to metagame just a little bit.
Yeah.
How far did he fall for fall damage?
Well, let's see. He was already in the dive, and then when the arrow made contact, let's say he was about 50 feet in the air.
It's a lot of fall damage.
Yeah, a little bit. Rolled enough once to keep it from hurting too bad, it seemed. But he slams into the ground, and you know what? I'll give him an extra 10 points of damage just from running into the shack. But there's a loud orcish groan, and these kobolds are like splitting once again.
I'm just gonna say in his normal voice, "Damn."
So, yeah, there's a broken shack, a bunch of debris, and then he stands up looking for the attacker. You guys are on a cliff side. Make a stealth check there. Faustus and Arthur, since you were like the two that were out in the open. Yep, for once, even Faustus disappears. And they don't know where the shot came from. We're under attack. We need to leave now. It's like the biggest thing you can hear. And they're like, yes, we know. And then the orc, like, grabs a hold of the elderest one. And they're continuing to run. They're trying to get some distance. And then we see him turn into a giant owl. And he's trying to fly away with the eldest.
Wait a minute. How far away are they?
I would say they're about 200 feet away.
Damn.
Yeah, considering they got up and started to move away, but they're taking to the air. I mean, it's not going to be at a longbow range, but you know. And
Maybe
you
it's
did.
disadvantage, but
No, you got
That's what-
stealth.
He's at disadvantage for longbow.
Not for a longbow. You got range on that.
Well, it's disadvantage after the 150.
Oh, is it? I thought it had a.
But,
longbow.
but he can bonus action dash.
True.
Yeah, you can move in the range. You're not that far out. And
yeah, sure.
to be even more technical, you already took the hide action, so you're stealth as well. You could just roll straight. You would still get unseen attacker from here if you wanted to, and it'd be a straight roll.
Sure, I'll just roll it.
Oh. So the arrow flies off, misses the giant owl, as it carries away the kobold, and we hear them screaming and topping at the top of his lungs. Meanwhile, the other kobolds are still scurrying on foot.
I think Kronk's gonna go down the path,
Yeah.
and he's just slowly gonna go. So like, keep him just outside of eyesight, and he's gonna go check out that shack.
It used to be a shack, but now it's just total boards broken everywhere. There's really nothing left for it.
They might have left stuff behind.
Kronk.
Make an investigation. You find a talisman, and it's the talisman of the eye shape that we saw previously. Which by this point, the kobolds that are on foot are about 200 feet, if not more, away.
Oh, come on, we best not lose them. Like, Arthur, keep trying to fire at the owl. We can't let them go.
You could probably get
Okay.
an...
Go ahead.
Let's see here. I'm trying to debate how far they got away from you. So it was 200 before, and let me check the flying speed of it now.
Yeah, but it's also trying to carry something.
Yeah, that's light as a feather now. You want me to play the same rules as players, let me know. They can fly 60 feet, and he's only carrying this weak kobold who weighs no more than 15, 20 pounds. So he gets at least 260 feet to 320 with a dash. So, I mean, he's still in your range, but at disadvantage unless you take the hide action or bonus action.
Okay, I'll take the high bonus action, and from there,
I don't know. Let's see what the passive perception of a giant owl is, right? Oh, he sees it coming, so go ahead and fire. But a 16 hits. So he tries to move out of the way, and then he realized the kobold was in the way. Then he tries to dive, unfortunately getting hit by this. So go ahead and roll. No sneak attack, though. And he takes 6 points of damage. An arrow lands into the giant owl, and it just keeps trying to go further and further south. It's definitely slightly wounded, but not terribly to where it can't stop doing what it's doing. At which point, if it continues, that's another 120 it'll get away for. Yeah, 120 it'll get away. It puts it at about 440. If you want to attempt it again.
Still in range of a longbow.
Yeah, it's still within range. Sure, I'll take the hide and then try to attack again.
Just not the day, is it? Alright, fire away. 21 still hits, no sneak attack though. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, that owl's howling loud. Still alive though, as it starts to almost drop the kobold. And the kobold's screaming, don't drop me, you pizza baby. And he just kind of keeps going, trying to will his way through it. 420 becomes 440 becomes 560.
Okay, and that's still within range. Taking the hide action one more time.
Yeah.
Alright, bonus
Time
action.
Doesn't see it coming.
It does or doesn't?
Does it? So you would get sneak attack. Nice.
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead
buy you.
and roll. What?
I'm gonna buy him advantage.
You
Oh,
don't
wait,
Oh, he
have
already
to.
has it.
He has
Oh,
straight.
he's sneaking.
Straight roll. You want to give him the 7? I mean, I can do that for you if you want.
I want to give
Is Oren playing troll today, or I don't know which side you're on. All right, so yeah, you go ahead, roll damage. Once again, and this time, as he reshapes, he just dies, and he drops the kobold, and the kobold also dies as they both hit the ground in a loud splat. And then the ocean kind of like digs up, and then washes them into the ocean.
On the bright side, they don't have that information anymore. On the downside, we don't. A very mild look of irritation comes across his face.
I suppose it can't be helped. Unless you want to go fishing for it?
Oh yes, I'll just turn into a fish.
I can hold my breath underwater for a very long time.
So we should have Krunk go down there then.
Look, you guys tell me what you want to do. I'm just the narrator.
Krunk, why don't you go and investigate that? Can't hurt to check, right?
See what I can find.
Alright, so Kronk's gonna go into the ocean and take a look.
Before he gets a chance to go too far, I'm gonna just look at him. Before you go diving off for no apparent reason, and okay,
Go ahead, say it. It will say that you said it before I wandered off.
yeah, okay. I was gonna say before you go off anywhere. The point is that don't think it's going to be quite too worth it because the information we needed was on paper. They're currently corpses, so unless you want to go fishing on a kobold corpse.
They may have more information or items on them.
Does make a good point. Well, it's like it can't hurt to check.
Alright, so
I will
Kronk-
say, like, did any of you check the shack?
I found it wasn't an amulet. What you call it, sorry?
talisman. Yeah, it had
found
that
this
eye-shaped
talisman.
talisman.
Kronk's just gonna hold it in front of Fossus and do like the hypnotize motion with it.
You're getting sleepy.
It's yes, like I can see it, Krunk. Would you mind if I took a closer look at it? Like, and it is in fact the same eye symbol.
Yeah.
It's like, this does seem to be. We can at least then confirm for certain that they're connected. Although we still don't know what exactly this eye means.
Suppose I'll find that out the hard way.
Well, at any rate, kind of like maybe turns down the coastline. Do they still see a line of kobolds running off?
They're a good 400 to 500 feet at this point. I'll say 500 if you need actual range.
Wants me to make them corpses?
I mean, you just take pot shots while Kronk's in the ocean.
I'd be slowly walking behind them, so they'd be getting further away from me.
Alright.
Still, so.
You tell me what you want to do. Like I said, I'm just here to narrate.
I think at this point, it would be best to return. We have completed our goal, and I think the most dangerous individual has already been eliminated. They started running even before they even saw a dire wolf. I don't think there'll be a wealth of information, even if they do make it back to their camp.
About this point, I take it Kronk makes it to the ocean.
Yeah, probably.
I'll have you go ahead and make an investigation if you would. You have a pretty good swim speed too, right?
No, not really, actually.
Oh,
I- Turtles are not keen swimmers, but I sink to the bottom and I can hold my breath. So
yeah, that's fair. You don't find the corpses. However, you do see a leather satchel that's kind of like floating to the top of the water.
do my best to grab that then.
All right. Yeah, easily enough. You can grab it and bring it back to the shore. Unless you want to do anything further.
Might take some claws at a fish if I see one swimming by.
Make a survival. Find a mackerel that just got brave and came up close.
I'll carry that in my beak.
Yep, you snag it into your beak and you're good to go. So Kronk reemerges from the ocean with a mackerel in mouth and a bag in hand.
Oh, I see we're gonna have sushi.
I do not have a good knife for sushi.
Should we cook the fish?
It is the only way I'm good at cooking fish.
Oh, we got some fresh wood over there. We can set up a fire and start some cooking.
Yeah, there's.
Kronk, might we see what the contents of the bag are, just in case?
I'll give it to Faustus.
Yeah, there you go, Faustus.
Yeah, so Faustus is going to carefully open the bag.
There's a starfish
Or-
that falls out.
And I certainly saw that coming.
And a bunch of water that you just kind of like have to slowly pour out. And there's like a sheafs of paper, but as you know, they have gotten soaked. And most of the ink has been smudged or just bleeded through because of the water.
Could he possibly try to attempt like anything, like to see like what might have survived?
Depends on a couple of things. What languages do you speak?
I can decide to speak any language if you give me 10 minutes.
Well,
Or understand any language if I get 10 minutes.
well, you can do whatever you want in 10 minutes. Just let me know if you're doing it.
No, as in, okay, so Faustus
No,
is
I know
going
what
to
you're
first open.
I am going to probably ban this 1, 2, 3 guy. I don't need to do that thing, dude. Sorry. Thank you, though. Have a good day. Sorry, somebody wanted me to buy followers. I don't need to buy followers. I want people to actually enjoy the channel when they sign up. Alright, continue.
Yeah, so Faustus is going to pull out his magical black book.
Mm-hmm. And you're going to
And
spend 10...
Yeah, he'll spend 10 minutes poring over the page as he ritual casts comprehend languages onto himself.
Alright. Yeah, like I said, this thing had some smudges, but whatever whatever words are left, and after you cast the spell, you're able to kind of like pick up a few texts that didn't get bleeded out all the way, like monitor traffic, like it's one term that you can read. Report findings, but most of the stuff that's behind that gets petered off. Make an investigation check, and I'll see if there's anything else you can suss out of this.
Incidentally, between the last fight and this current situation, have we had anything like the equivalent of a short rest?
Depends upon how long you guys want to say you were at the guild hall getting your reward. Like, I could probably count that as a short rest. I would imagine you would have kicked your heels up while you were waiting for pay, so maybe had a quick drink or two. If you want to do that, that's fine.
Okay.
And that'll restore
in which
your spell.
case,
Yeah, I know. I gave a warlock what he wanted.
well, not specifically the spells in this case. Funny enough.
Funny enough.
But we'll see what the roll is. But so he will now Actually, no, I have to specifically turn this one off because I need. Oh wait, no. I need to double check to make sure. I don't think comprehend is a concentration. I never checked actually. Oh no, it's fine. Just a duration. So he is going to. He's going to put guidance on himself in attempt to try to purse this information.
No problem.
Let's see. And then on top of that, he is going to roll a d10
Okay.
for Dark One's own luck
Oh, this dark one has some luck, huh?
with a
make-
10.
I'll make sure your patron has that when you go face him. So
So
20...
a 23 investigation.
All right, so you suss out, and you're just studying this, and Kronk goes off to find more food stuff, and he can make a survival while we deal out this knowledge. Let's see. Wow, Kronk, you got a feast coming in. We'll come back to you in just a moment. You might be opening up a sea restaurant for the night, I don't know. But with this 23 investigation, from what you could piece together and just surmising it all, the kobolds were there to kind of like measure the traffic coming in and out from different towns and cities, take note of like the guards and the changing of the guards, and they were supposed to report their findings whenever some irregularities like a, I don't know, a direwolf attack happened. Like they're supposed to report any irregularities, like if there was like an influx of troops coming home, or if there was like important nobles that leave, and you know, like that kind of thing. They were definitely looking for figureheads or whatnot. But yeah, you seem to have taken care of the one they were supposed to report to, and the one that was supposed to do the reporting. They're somewhere at the bottom of the ocean now.
Well,
Meaning-
after pouring through all the... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. As you're saying that, you see Kronk find a line that's attached to a net that some fisherman forgot to check, and he pulls it in. And it's got like 10 mackerels in it, a bunch of starfish in there if you're interested in that nonsense, a bunch of clams, and what's another one? There's actually an octopus in here, like a little baby one, not like a big, huge kraken, but like a, you know, one decent size. I guess it'd be adult size, like a regular octopus, not a dire octopus like D&D lets you believe.
It's like, well,
So,
it seems that we've taken care of the... Oh my god, Kronk, what have you found?
I found a supper.
This octopus is just gently like laying there looking around above Kronk's head. Like I think Kronk put him on backwards, so it's got eyes behind the back of him.
And I have a clam boil.
So
Hey,
what do
I
you
think
Yeah,
Kronk,
well-
I'm amazed by your skills.
I'm gonna assume I got some pretty seaweed and everything out of it, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Seaweed, the whole 9 yards. Like, there's definitely things that you can probably throw into this mix that I'm missing. But you pulled up a very nice haul, and one fisherman's going to be very disappointed he didn't check that net yesterday. But what do you guys want to do in the meantime? Like, if you want, you can use this wood from this shack, build you a fire, and start setting up a boil and everything else if you want.
Yeah, Oren, as soon as he sees that we were already getting ready to cook the fish, but now get some more firewood, bigger fire.
I kind of like this scenario though. You guys are at the beach. You're having your beach scene. I'm so proud of you guys.
It's like, hold on, I need to take off this vest and shirt.
we got the umbrellas and hammocks off in the background that we can put up and everything else. Yeah. What are those summer chairs that they got? But no, you're able to read all that information with the file. You know, suss that all out after like reading a few markings that you can make out, and you're able to enjoy a seafood fare of ingredients, and you can prepare that however you want.
So
Yes.
how is it being prepared?
It's being seared on
gonna-
an open fire. Go for it.
Foster's is going to be super impressed with Kronk cooking it on his shovel.
Shovel.
Well, he doesn't have pots and pans, so I guess he does. I have one pot, but
The minute that he pulls out a shovel, Faustus says, may I see that for just a moment? He's just going to prestidigitate the fuck out of it.
Get rid of the flavor.
Oh man. So yeah, so you're able to enjoy a lovely meal by the beach with the screams of kobolds miles and miles away by this point. And yeah, what do you guys want to do? Like this, you're able to feast on your meal.
Orin
Survival
puts his
check,
scroll
Kronk.
on there, and is using that to cook the clams.
Yeah, this didn't. Oh god, like you can't help but be watering at the mouth as you kind of like finish cooking all this, and the meal just verbiates with this whole hint of savory taste. Like, good lord, you guys are going to be. I'm getting hungry thinking about it, to be honest. You feel like this would almost put the cooks in Jillian Cove to shame for how good this food is.
It's like, I must say, I don't even think I've really had sushi like this even at the estate.
you can thank Orin for the sushi, as he has a
Next,
better knife than I.
I don't know how to make sushi. I thought you did.
Awkward.
So
It's
where
like,
did
then
the
where did
sushi
this,
come?
then, yeah, where did this sushi come from?
Maybe the big thing behind you.
Ah, that was my tail, you son of a bitch. Surfing pulls his tail back. No.
No.
No. That did not happen. I'm not bringing Surfing back yet.
We gotta. We can use those bones for a stock. The fish bones, even the clam shells.
Should we get back to town and collect our rewards?
What time is it anyway?
Oh,
Looking
yeah,
at the sun.
Yeah, there's no sun. It's already nighttime, and you guys have a open fire at the beach right now that's lighting up the area for you, so you didn't see a reason to leave. Like, it was going down by the time you got out here anyway. So you're probably looking at about 8 in the evening now.
But I don't believe that the guild will be open by the time that we arrived in town. Assuming that it took several hours to get there.
Nah, not from this location. Like, you're still south of town a little ways. Like, you're not too far from town. But, yeah, by the time you get back to town, it might be 8:30-ish or so. And usually, yeah, most guilds function at a daytime schedule.
But at any rate, it might be a good idea to check in on Shella and see how she's recovering. We can always collect the reward from the quest tomorrow morning.
I do not have any more drink, so the inn would be nice.
I agree. I'm stuffed.
How's Arthur doing? Haven't heard from you in a while.
Arthur is just silently enjoying the meal.
Yeah, and then at which point you all agree to head back to the tavern at this point?
We go marching on.
Yeah, Kronk. I'm like, they seem to enjoy the seafood more than the auntie.
Oh, but the auntie is such a delicacy.
I agree. Definitely need to kill some more Yanti and get some more Yanti meat.
Mental note, more Yanti in the game. Got it. Alright.
What are you two whispering about back there?
How you guys enjoyed the seafood but not the Yanti?
I. You do know that was a very delicate situation when that happened, correct?
I did say it was a delicacy.
No, that's
Sir?
not what I.
Oh, mercy.
You know what? I'm just going to put that issue to bed.
Speaking of bed, you guys make your way back to the tavern, at which point we're going to go ahead and take a 5-minute break, and we'll go into the nighttime shenanigans when we get back, and then see if we make it to the next day. So you guys, I mean, that's all fair assumption, right? We'll be right back, guys. we are coming back from the break. Let's shut down media player. Alright, welcome back everybody. We are once again getting done with our sea excursion. Kronk is on a be right back hiatus. He might be gone for the night, but we're just going to have him in the background if needed. And we will continue from there, but you guys make it back to the tavern. I guess I can go ahead and change the scene again. Oh yeah, I have a new token to show you. Nope, that's not a token. What happened? Did not save. Okay, well anyway, you're here. Go ahead and take it away, guys.
It's like, if you'll excuse me for just a moment, I'm just going to double check on Shella to see how she's recovering.
Alright, and...
Just goes the doop to doop to doop.
And,
It just sort of knocks on the door.
you hear a soft snore. Who is it?
It's Faustus Shella.
You hear a thud on the ground. Skittering to the door.
Shella, did you just... It's like, Shella, I have the key.
Door opens. Oh, there you are! Been waiting all night for you! Where have you been?
We were just taking care of a few matters in the city while you were resting. How are you, by the way?
Last bird, thanks for asking.
Say that again, sorry?
Les Bert, thanks for asking.
Looks at her skin. Does she look less burnt?
Yeah, she's been amazingly healing pretty well.
Well, I certainly can see that. Well, glad to hear that from you, Shella. You were in quite poor straits when we found you.
Oh, yeah, it's a good thing you found me when you did. I still wish there was something we could do about Ori, though.
Well, we don't exactly know when we'll ever see her again, but one way or
No.
another, we'll have to deal with it when we find her.
Might have to deal with it a little sooner. What am I supposed to do with the dress she ordered?
You may need to reconsider your plans for Ori's involvement in the,
But she's
events
already
you have planned in
paid
your
for
mind.
it.
Wait, Shella, didn't you say that you paid for it?
Well, I tried to pay for it, and then I converted my change with the money she had.
Are you familiar with, a wedding registry?
What's that?
It's like, well, individuals offer either money or other sorts of goods as gifts to the bride and groom.
Oh, we should definitely do that. How do we do that?
Well, I do believe that Ori just made her contribution, did she not?
Oh, I guess you're right. By the way, this is a Dawnbreaker special. The registry, the Dawnbreakers take a 2% cut. No, I don't know. That's an illegal ad from an illegal source. Don't take that for real. But continue.
So then you won't need to worry about Ori in that regard because she's already made her contribution. You've nothing to fear.
She just looks like she has a sad face now. Like, you can tell she's still, like, she was trying to cope with it just by including her, but you can clearly see that what's happened still has her a little choked up. That's a shame.
So I understand how you feel, Shella.
Whoa.
It's not easy. It's not easy when you feel betrayed by people you've come to trust.
That is true. She did talk to that statue, and I don't know what to think of that.
I might say on her behalf that I won't say that it was necessarily Ori's fault.
Yeah, right. But maybe one day we could save her.
Perhaps. I'm certain as long as we are dealing with certain unsavory groups like the one that she found herself in, we'll find her eventually.
And what are you up to, Arthur?
Just skulking in the background.
You want to percept? Or are you even caring?
If I can hear, I will hear. Otherwise,
Yeah, go ahead and
Eh.
perceive. Just to give you some bones to roll. That muffled door,
We'll say-
like, the door is definitely... Go ahead, Faustus.
Nothing. But it's like, well, at any rate, are you perhaps hungry? I don't believe you've eaten anything all day.
Oh, yes, what do you got?
So, I don't know. Would there have been leftovers from the sushi?
Oh, unless you guys were capable of working that down, yeah, I would think you'd have leftovers easy.
So, well, on our adventures, we did cook something up. Are you familiar with sushi?
What's that?
It is a form of preparation of raw fish and other sea creatures.
Sounds delicious. Can I try?
Here you are then.
Ow!
And
Yeah, she bites it out of your hand. So sweet,
Pulls
you
hand
have
back.
And yeah, she seems to be enjoying it. It's so delicious. Did you make this?
No, I do believe that
I'm
was.
so happy you made this for me.
Fuck. We'll say it was at least a team effort. Krunk was able to find the creature.
No, that's delicious. Mmm.
Oscars
have it?
made it. Arnie Kronk didn't.
She already assumes. Yeah,
But
if
then-
she just... Yeah?
It's like, well then, I suppose that you finish eating that and do yourself a favor and continue resting, and then perhaps tomorrow we can, assuming that you're well rested enough, we might be able to get ourselves a slice of revenge.
Oh, I'm all for that. Yes, let's do that. And she'll crawl up in the bed and jump up and down a few times to break it in and then get back under the covers. And you see her kind of like curl into a ball right around the pillow.
Well, have a good rest then. It's like,
You-
I won't be far.
You too, honey.
Just kind of like twitches at that.
Yeah,
It's like-
me too.
It just goes out, closes the door.
You hear the door close and Faustus is in the hallway now.
Oh, Arthur, we can't keep running into each other like this.
Oh, I know. I just do this sometimes just to spook people.
It's like, well, you certainly live up to your trade, I'll say that much.
Yeah, there's one honest thing you could say about me.
It's like, well, you've done a fair number of nice things since we've met up to this point.
Debatable, but sure. Anyways, I was kind of getting ready to head off and do something real quick.
Is that something that I should be concerned about?
I don't think so. I'm just primarily gonna see if I can get some more lay of the land with Lady Rissa. And just primarily see what's going on there. I still have my suspicions.
Well, at the very least, do be careful with that. It would be troublesome if something were to happen to you.
Oh, trust me, I don't plan on anything happening to me. As he pulls the hood over his head, stops for a second, then pulls it back down. Actually, I should probably wait till I'm outside to put this on.
Yeah, that would be recommended, I think.
All right. Oren's going to bed, I take it? Or is there a ritual going on there?
Nah, he's going to bed.
All right. Well, what else is Faustus up to? And then I'll go right to Arthur.
Faustus is, he'll kind of like return publicly to the tavern area, and he is going to attempt to resummon Dorian to him.
All right. Well, you can do that very easily, if I'm not mistaken.
But yeah, basically it's just a matter of poofing them back into their void, and then poofing them next to me.
All right. Yeah. So you snap Dorian back. And Arthur, what are we up to?
As soon as I stop pressing buttons, I don't mean to. I'm gonna head back out into the tavern, just kind of survey faces real quick.
All right. Make
And give some.
All right. What are you doing? Sorry.
I'm gonna get. Yeah. So I'm gonna get up to some roguery here in a bit.
All right. No. The guard sitting at the table next to you seems to have just got his check today. His pouch looks pretty fat. As far as everybody else, like, yeah, it's about the best she can get with a 14.
Any faces I recognize or faces I would be able to not change into?
There is one person of interest who seems to, like, notice you as soon as you enter the room. And he kind of, like, calls over to you. Arthur, is that you? Comes off the bar stool. Comes towards you. I'll be damned. We thought you were gone on a business trip or something. Been gone for months. We haven't heard from you. Where have you been, Arthur?
I've been all over the place, here and there.
Yeah,
I figured it'd be.
Yeah, you're in Timor this week, huh? How's the wife doing, huh?
I can't say. I haven't really seen her in a while.
Funny that. Lady Rissa says she just came by the manor just yesterday. Or earlier today, was it? Yeah, earlier today.
Oh, I'll need to flag her down then and pay her a quick visit. It's been too long.
Sure has, hasn't it? Well, how's business been treating you?
Yeah, business is going well. And I'm going to insight this real quick.
Go for it.
Just to see if anything like picks anything up. Nope.
He knows who you are. He knows Elizabeth has seen Lady Rissa. So you can kind of put a couple things together, but as far as his intentions, like, he just looks like he's seen Arthur for the first time in a long time.
Actually, from Faustus's position, can he hear this conversation happening?
I mean, you said you were coming out into the room. Yeah, you're already out here. You just summoned Dorian back, and yeah, they're not being quiet about it. Like, he's definitely, like, you could see this clear as day. And the guards kind of like shifted his notice over to the conversation as well, and then tries to go back to his own meal that he was finishing. But yeah, Arthur, come on, man. Let me buy you a drink. It's been so long. You gotta tell me what's been going on with you. Like, what adventures you've been on. Like, I know the noble life ain't for everybody, but you know, you've been gone for what, 2 months now? Nobody's heard from you. Where have you been? Come, share. That's got to be a tale worth telling.
Hmm. He just kind of looks at it for a second. Eh. Sure, what can it hurt?
Yeah, come on. Somebody just cleared over here at the bar. Come on, let's get a drink. And
I'm gonna look back over Foss just stealthily and try and mouth something along the lines of keep an eye on him.
He'll send a message. It's like
what?
yeah. It seems one of your forms has once again caught an unwanted attention.
Yep, and this is a big. And mentally, I'm gonna respond. Yep, and this could become a big fucking problem real quick.
Bartender, 2 drinks for us. Ale do, right? Just like the commoners, you know, gotta rub it with the low profile. Yes, coming right up. And barkeep drops 2 tankards of ales before you. One for him, one for you. Well, come on, let's drink up.
Okay, then I'm gonna take a bit of a drink of it, and I'm just gonna look over him.
Yeah, he takes a drink as well, and he's kind of like, well, come on, man. Where have you been?
No, I've been kind of all over the place recently.
Oh, that's
Last place
so
I believe
vague. Yeah, tell me exactly. Like, I want to know who you've been charming. Who does your wife not know about? Tell me the deeds. You gotta be keeping something on the low. Is that what's going on here? I mean, I gotta know.
Well, I'm not seeing anybody outside my life these days,
Huh.
and I'm just not that type of person anymore.
You know,
As-
pretty tame. Let's say.
As for where I've been to the Citadel Kingdoms. I've been out west, out north. Again, I've just been all over the place recently.
What cities you been
Either
through?
trying to.
Like, do you know anything from any of the other cities? Like, you know how valuable information is amongst us.
I passed through passed through Spine just a few weeks ago.
Well, that's your home. I would hope you did. Well,
Yeah.
I take
Well.
your estate's in good affairs, but what about the rest of the places? Where you been, man?
Quick history check on what cities I could have possibly visited during this,
I
please.
am so happy you asked. Let me go take a look at the list here. Like, I don't even like. I'll give you some for free, and if you want to roll a history check, I'll add to it. What did you get while I'm looking up the list?
That is a 14.
A 14. That's not a bad number, but it's not awesome. But I think it might be good enough to give you at least 1 or 2 more. Let's see here. Why do I keep losing this city in the... There it is. Okay, cool. And at the top, you would know that there's a city south of here known as Windsor Stock. Windsor Stock, okay. Let's see what's another good one. There's a village nestled by a lake called Lake Posa, which is probably somewhere between here and Timor, and it's called K Village, Kaye. And off to the far east, there's a port city known as Ulu Badak. So give me a minute, I'll even type those names out for you.
Yeah, if I get spelling for all those, that'd be mucho gracias.
Mm-hmm.
I realize that's wrong. That'd be much appreciated. Thank you.
Oh no, I will spell these out for you as they are in the world.
Don't worry, I'm only cringing behind the microphone.
Yeah, well, those are the spelling. and that port city is far eastern side of Timor, which would put it in like the oriental side of the nation. So there's like definitely a lot of oriental type of arrangements. Like people are more classified by like samurais, ninjas, and stuff like that. Like does exist clans and such like that. But yeah, those are just a few names that you can think of right off the top of your head at this very moment.
Well, one of my recent adventures took me through cave a while back.
Mm-hmm.
Decided
Uh,
to go there on some
that's
trading
good.
business.
A lot of fishing in that area. I hear. Uh, Peaceful, quiet. Yeah, makes sense.
Yes, and then while I was out there, it seems that a more interesting thing happened.
Oh, what happened?
A giant fish was decimating the local population, so I decided, well, not decimating, but more giving them problems, killing off the other wildlife. So I said I'd help in a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
help fund a group of people, and start getting that cleared out.
Oh, so you funded a hunt to kill a big fish that's eating all the small ones?
I was more closer to a couple. I even participated in on this a little bit.
Well, that's very interesting to hear about. Well, so how did it go? Did you succeed in your endeavor? Was it worth it?
And I got a little bit more profit back than I was expecting, but it
Oh,
was an interesting in the end. Yeah, with this amount of insight real quick.
yeah, he's interested in your story for the most part, and he seems to be just wanting to chat it up with you to make sure, like, catching up with an old friend. Well, that's awfully interesting. Like, didn't hear they were having that kind of problem till you said so, but it's been a while since I've been out there, so I guess you're probably right. Well, hey, what else has been going on?
Let's see here. Had that dragon attack.
Right,
Most
wait,
of us
whoa,
came
whoa,
out
whoa,
alive
whoa,
on that
whoa,
one.
whoa, 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 whoa! Stop right there, buddy. Dragon attack. When did that happen?
I was about bad when I was in the mountains. Out. Quick question.
Yeah.
Great question, DM. Which way is the mountains?
Well, Dragonspine has a mountain just to the north of it. Like literally, like
So-
Dragonspine leads into this mountain pass where they used to suspect dragons used to live.
Anyways, I was out north out north of Dragonspine, and one day a dragon just decides to come down, and I think we lost one or two people.
Nope.
Master was old, so I decided I'd better cut my losses and run.
Oh, that sounds scary. So, wait, so the dragon, what color was it?
I believe it was a gold dragon.
Wait, gold dragon? You gotta be pulling my leg here. Roll a deception check at this point.
Pulled most of this out of my ass at this point, but you know what? It works.
Oh, let's see. Oh, wait, he's got an actual stat. Okay. Yeah, he's still buying your story, but he's like, the gold dragon, that sounds a little far-fetched. Are you sure about that? Sure wasn't like a, I don't know, red dragon or something like that?
Quite sure. All I knew was that it did breathe fire, and that was pretty much all I needed convincing of.
Well, that's pretty scary in its own. Whoa, it seems like you've been on some hell of adventures. Wish I could get out, but, Lady Rissa doesn't let me get out much. Pretty much stuck to the city. And he takes a big swig of his ale.
Yeah, it's. I think I might try to retire soon. Finally go back to the noble living. But I mean, maybe not. I'm not sure.
Well, send your regards to my wife, to your wife. Send my regards to your wife. Yeah, that's how it goes. And he kind of like puts a gold piece down on the bar. If he wants any extras, it's on me, barkeep. Well, he kind of like pats you on the shoulder. Damn, Arthur, it's good catching up with you, man. But you know what? I gotta go. I think there's plenty to do still, and I shouldn't be slushing it here, you know, having too much fun. And he'll
I most
slowly-
certainly.
Go ahead.
I agree with you there. With make one last insight.
Sure. I mean, he just met his best friend or something like that. And, like, you get the impression that they had a very friendly relationship. But he kind of like steps off from the stool and just pats you on the shoulder and then makes his way out. You have a good night. Don't stay away from the wife too long. You'll get lonely. And then makes his way to the door.
I don't plan on it. Also, speaking of which, have you maybe seen her around recently?
Just this morning. But I'll catch you later, Arthur. And he exits out at this point.
Okay. With that, I'm gonna stay at the bar for another minute.
We'll go ahead and put Kronk in the room with Lauren for now.
And meanwhile, he begins to kind of begin a mini hyperventilation fit, then kind of stops for a minute.
Alright. What do you want to do now?
I think at this point, I'm gonna go quickly talk with Faustus on what happened.
So what? I'm assuming when they got to the bar, I could hear less of it, but
Yeah.
it's like, what exactly did he want?
He just wanted to catch up for the most part. I guess I knew him, quote unquote. Kind of pull most of that out of my ass, but okay.
It's like, well, you haven't exactly been forthcoming on exactly how you came upon that form, or any form for that matter.
Where they just kind of see his skin go in minute white, and then goes back to the same paleness. Or not.
It's like, well, you don't have to come out and say it now, but we are in a tavern.
Yeah. No,
That was a
that's
good
a
grab.
trade up.
Guard behind you is
Yeah.
eating. Nom, nom, nom.
No, it's just a trade I'll tell you about later with, well, me.
So very well then. I'm nothing if not patient. And Shella does require a insurmountable amount of patience.
I do not envy you on that. Anyways, if I'm gonna get back to what I was gonna go do, I need to go do that now.
Well, meanwhile, I'm going to see if I can get any intel from Dorian.
Alright, so how do you want to handle this? You want to go first? Or Arthur?
I mean, either way, Arthur's gonna be leaving. Just quickly summarize what I'll be doing. Sorry about that. Once I get outside the tavern, I'm gonna put my hood up and kind of find a face to change into, and then I'm just gonna go hit up a quick general store.
Do keep in
Knock.
mind it is late at night. It's now like 9 in the evening.
Okay. I'm
You know-
going to look for any side entrances.
Ah, okay, I see what we're doing. Alright, cool. So make a stealth check. See if you can get into an alleyway without being noticed. Fair. And then you feel like you're safe in this alleyway, and what kind of form are you taking?
I'm just taking the form of another human. About around the same size.
A nondescript human, so to speak.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so you make your way to a general shop. Let me see what I have on the papers here that you can check into. There's a shop known as Silhouette. Make either a perception or investigation as you're kind of like, looking around this building, I assume. You see some thieves' camp that says like owned and protected.
This will be an interesting to note down. Then I'll quickly make a writing of it, put it in my pocket, and then kind of go about maybe trying to pick up some arrows and. What other items would there be?
Are you breaking and entering, or because they're closed?
Oh, yeah, I'll be picking the lock and entering from a side entrance.
All right, so
If there is one.
yeah, once again, make a stealth. Do you want to buy advantage, buddy?
Sure. Because me getting caught would be very judgmental right now.
Very much. Like I feel like these dice are like.
Faustus's words echo in your head.
All right, you're good to go, my friend. Go for it. Reroll. And I will feed these cookie clusters to Prim. There you go. You vanish into the night. And now I need you to make a thieves tool. And I just shared the. So you fiddle with the lock. This lock ain't budging.
Okay, so I'm going to pull out a dagger and a stone real quick, put up against the lock, and kind of consider my options for a minute.
Alright. Alright, so you got a stone and a dagger, is that what you said?
Stone, a dagger, and I currently have the dagger pushed into the locking system. Intention is to try and break it. Yeah, let's go and do that.
Alright, let's see a few things. Make an athletics check. This lock is tough as nails. Even stabbing it with the dagger and trying to pierce through the mechanism seems to be not causing it to pop loose or break. Definitely seems like something of a more masterful lock than you've ever come across in recent.
Quick question: what's the door made out of?
It's made out of wood, but it's got like barred iron going up and down it.
Are the hinges at least exposed that I can maybe put an axe in it?
Not on this side, no. I mean, who would do
Okay.
that?
Alright, plan D. Where's the window?
Up front.
Quick perception. Is anybody looking?
Make a perception. Everybody's watching.
In that case, I'm gonna slink back off in the darkness.
As you slink off into the darkness, make a stealth check again. You have made some noise. Alright. As you slink into the darkness, you kind of like duck into the alleyway, then you feel a sharp dagger to your back. And a female voice saying, "What do you think you're doing?"
Just out for a midnight stroll.
Yeah,
And
at
what if it's
my
for you?
shop, at my lock, with my alarm system. Are you crazy? And what do you want? And you feel the daggers start to stab into your back partway.
Just looking to do a bit of shopping. I left the gold on the counter.
Very cute. If I ever catch you in my territory again, and you feel like the pierce of the dagger just kind of like stab into you a little bit, this will go a lot deeper.
Kind of hear some grunts. Don't
Yeah.
doubt it.
Now off with you if you know what's good for you.
And with that, I'm going to walk away from this mess before I get daggers shoved into my gut with only half my health.
Yeah, it'd be a bad time to press your luck here. Yeah. So, it just rings in your head again. This place is protected and owned. And then you walk away with that thought in your head. Thank you, TV Danny Gaming, for your 4th month sub. Welcome back. Faustus, while he's out on his escapade, we wanted to decipher information from Dorian, right?
Yeah, basically, like prior to letting him go off with the ogre,
And
he would have asked Dorian to keep note of information regarding like where they might be going, anything it might have overheard regarding plans.
And you would have a telepathic bond with him that would transfer all that data.
Yeah.
All right. So he kind of communicates that they just continued south. They were approaching this giant lake, and they got aboard some boats, and then they went across this lake, and there was this waterfall, and they went into a cave behind the waterfall, and there he spied several, if not hundreds, of orcs or ogres or creatures that are villainous, even some gnolls and kobolds, goblins. They were all kind of like gathering as a horde here. And as this ogre was trying to find a place to, stand and properly sit down, Dorian just spent the rest of the time just kind of like looking on the shoulder. And he just keeps seeing like marching, or like several people or goblinoids, orcs, all kinds of different races just coming in that are enemies of the humans. And they just keep pouring in. Like the army is swelled inside this cave. This seems to be their hideout. Dorian can kind of give you an idea where it is, but it would still require some survival. But you know whereabouts to go look for this.
That does seem to be troublesome. They must be planning for a large attack sometime soon if they're all gathering now. So, seeing how late it is, I imagine it's a bit too late to inform any proper authorities.
The guard at the table stands up and walks out.
What, does he look like a regular, like a Joe Schmo city guard, or?
Yeah, city guard. Like, he's definitely city guard. And he's just done with his meal and he's heading out. Oh shoot, I hit that button. Okay. I logged out of the game. Alright, whatever. I'm coming back.
Oh, sir, excuse me.
Yeah, and he like wipes away some food from his cheek.
Oh, I won't bother you for more than just a moment, but if I were to try to report something as a civilian, what building might I go and achieve that?
It depends upon the grade of information we're talking. Like, probably the guard post close to the eastern gate. Probably be the first place
How
I
about
check.
how about a situation that might put the entire city at risk?
What kind of information you got?
How does a growing army sound?
I mean, sounds like a problem indeed. How'd you come by this information? Oh, excuse me. Oh, that sandwich I ate. Down the wrong windpipe. Where'd you get this information?
Going to incite that.
That was more me in real life. Had a burp. Incite the DM's burp. Find out if it was toxic or not.
No, incite the line of questioning.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. That's actually legit. I mean, doesn't
I
seem
will
to be.
buy advantage on this.
Oh, okay, sure.
Because
I mean-
I have
Oh, joy. The stream just crashed, but, see if we can't get that back. Did I crash? Hello?
So I was going on playing there, but okay. As I said, I'm gonna try and drop them in another place if possible.
Hold on, the stream just crashed, and I don't know if it's because I dropped or what. Did you guys hear me a second ago? Guess that's a no.
Oh, but to be right back.
Well, yeah. Okay, there we go. Now we're back. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that. Apparently, OBS hiccup. Either that or my internet did. Sorry about that. Did you roll that investigation? Let's see what we got.
Yeah, I didn't get that part, so
Oh yeah,
let me
yeah.
get that done real quick.
Yeah, roll an investigation. That's okay. Yeah, my internet dropped then. Sorry about that. All right, 18. You come across another shop, and it says Relays Arcanium.
Oh, this could be a good place to hit up. Alright, fine. Side entrance and bust in.
All right, make a.
Also, maybe see if
Oh, you go ahead.
also see if maybe I'm gonna get a dagger on my back for doing this.
You can make an invent, or okay, either you can go straight into your thieves' tools, or make a perception to see if you're being watched, or you could just go into stealth. You pick your poison. You look around. For the moment, it looks like there's no guards that you can see. There's no hidden people anywhere. The dwarves are nowhere to be found, and Snow White is inside waiting for you. Fortunately,
Okay, I guess I'm gonna pick the lock.
the lock here almost as sophisticated as the other one, but you just can't quite get the tumbler just right.
Okay, same plan with the last one. Well, first up, see if I'm being watched again.
Yeah, go for it. There's an owl nearby, but other than that, just hear a soft in the air.
I've dealt with shapeshifters today. I don't think I want to trust this right now. Can I make an arcane to see if maybe it's a shapeshifter?
Nature check. No, it's not a
Almost.
shapeshifter.
It
And
just
the owl,
is up.
yeah, the owl just flies away at this point.
The event, dagger in the hole, rock up against the dagger pommel, and bash it.
Go for it. You know, these city locks are pretty sophisticated. I mean, if you go into a smaller city like Dragonspine, they're pretty easy to pop open. But here, you've just been having a nightmare trying to get anything to work.
Alright, I'm walking away from this before I get a dagger on my back.
And you managed to get away, no problems whatsoever. I'm a little disappointed. I was really hoping you'd had a better thieves tool on that.
I was hoping so too, because I was definitely gonna get maybe snag a magic item or two.
Yeah, this would have been the place to go. But yeah, like I said though, you're in a city. The locks aren't as dullard as you would find in a village. So whoever's making these locks are really making them good. Return to the tavern at this point then?
At this point, yes.
Alright.
And I guess it's like, was that athletics supposed to be a thieves' tools?
It was supposed to be a jiggy rigged thieves tool at that point. He was slamming a rock into a dagger, hoping to just pop it open that way.
More rocks.
Now, rocks fix everything, except not here. Like I said, it works in the villages, but doesn't seem to work here. You need a credit card to slide against the door, and they haven't invented those yet. But at this point, you return to the tavern a little disappointed. And you're able to go ahead and turn in if you want, or hang out in the tavern, or do any other small things if you have them.
Nope, I'm just gonna turn it at this point.
Alright. And Faustus, you're led to the castle proper, and you're probably the first one that's seen the castle gates amongst the group for the first time. Like, there's still a lot of city that kind of like blocks this layer of the castle, but you approach it, and this architecture, this whole structure, looks very pristine. But you do notice a few of the above parts where the castle walls should be, pristine. There has been scars of a previous encounter, maybe no more than 4 or 5 months ago, and it looks like there's still some repairs going on the wall, but it looks like they're almost done. But you can definitely see some like scaffolding nearby that's kind of like pushed away from the wall at the moment, and they seem to be using that to get up to the wall to fix and repair. You're led to a gate next to the gate, which is ironic. A smaller gate doorway towards like a place that would have all these soldiers housed in it, and it's a guard post that's hanging out here on the other side of the gate, at the lower end. And you're allowed in here, and the guard kind of like reports to some stronger looking individuals. Like you can tell they have a little more heft to their swing just by the looks of them compared to this guard that's taking you to them. And he just kind of like reports, "Sir," and he gets saluted by one of the regalia. You can see like the uniform of this, like regal red cape, kind of like drawn over plate mail. And this guy has like a helmet under his arm. He's like getting ready to walk out. "Ah, soldier, please report." Yes, this individual here, he's said he had information about a incident that he was tasked with whenever he went with the guilds. I think he's trustworthy, sir, but I'll leave him to your care. And this man, he's got like bushy black hair and bushy beard and bushy eyebrows, kind of like narrows his eyes on you a little bit. He's like, "Is that so? Well, come with me then." He kind of like escorts you to the back office. And he goes, "As you were." And the guard kind of like gives an offhanded salute, turns around, about face, walks out. And so, civilian, kind of like sits down at a desk, offers you a chair, and he pulls out a box, has looks like cigars, and he passes one over. "Would you like one?"
Sorry, apologies, I don't smoke.
No, that's fine. I just figure I'd be hospital. And he pulls one out, and he starts to light a little flicker of a spark and get it lit up. "So, what kind of information
My
did you
father's
have?"
my father's a cigar man himself as well.
Ah, man of fine taste. But yeah, information you said you had.
Yes, it is. I'm not sure how much exactly the god explained the situation, but my name is Faustus Stormbreaker. I am a member of one of the Adventuring Guild. You know, the one. Why am I suddenly forgetting the name?
I don't know. Well, the Adventure Guild in Dragonspine was the 8 pillars. 8 pillars. If that's what you want.
Like the one in town is the one where they picked up the quest.
Yeah. That one's Advertus Stillward.
The Advertis Steward.
Yeah, it's Stillward. Yeah, Stillward's the family. I don't know why they made it fancy, but they made it sound fancy. Like I guess Advertus was the actual guy. Yeah, and he's like having this conversation. I guess they named it after some guy named Advertus, but the Stillward family still exists. But yes. Okay, so you did a deed for them. I get it. So,
Yes, they were having an issue with some orcish spies, and we took care of the problem. But we were also able to gather a disturbing amount of information regarding what they were spying for.
oh. Yeah, so you dealt with the orc spies. That's good to hear, but what's this information you have?
It appears that this is all in preparation for what might be an assault on the city. We're talking hundreds and hundreds of powerful creatures looking to make a raid on this place. We're talking orcs, ogres, kobolds, gnolls.
Yes. Oh, yeah, we also put a quest on gnolls that have been acting up as well. Think it's all related?
It is most certainly related. you'll recall the issue with the kobolds at the that will refuse to leave the bridge.
Oh, yes, those annoying little critters. How'd that go?
So we dealt with them as well, and we, after uncovering their documentation, we were able to determine that they were spying on the city's security and other measures. It's like it appears that they were trying to gather information specifically for the army's raid on the city,
Hmm.
looking to take advantage of any weaknesses that they were able to uncover.
They sure picked a hell of a spot to be looking. I mean, I'd be more concerned about our north roads than our east roads, but... well, it's still disturbing information.
And I've been able to locate the location of at least their current hideout.
He kind of like puts the cigar down in an ashtray and turns around on his chair and just kind of like looks in like a cupboard, and he pulls out a big giant scroll and he lays it on the table, spreads it out, and you can see the map of Timor before you. Think you can point it out for us?
So let's see. So they had to cross a lake, and the hideout was located behind a waterfall.
Is
It's
that
like, which of
so?
these locations might house a waterfall?
This lake right here might be the one we should suspect. How far south do you say? And I would,
Using. Good.
oh, I would just say like the two of you bantering back and forth with the directions. I would say like you isolate it to a specific lake, and I'll give it a name later as it becomes more relative. But for now, it's still an unnamed lake. And you know, like grunt and nod and say, so that lake, huh? Well, I think I'll inform Sparrow of this as soon as he gets back, but I think something needs to be done right away. I'll send some scouts out. It's about the best I can do at the moment. But I will definitely have, like, the guards on gate watch keep a better eye on the city perimeter and make sure no fishy kobolds come in. Is there anything else I should be worried about?
Trying to think. It's like time will most certainly be of the essence. As I said, they seem to be amassing their numbers very quickly, so it seems like they might be readying for a more immediate assault. So hopefully the Sparrow individual will be able to return post haste.
I'm sure he'll be back soon, but I'll send a druid to go check this out. Make some of the best scouts, you know. And,
Well, provided that you're not shot down by a wayward archer.
flashback to when the druid of the sport fell from the sky. Well, yeah, that would be real stupid, wouldn't it? All right, then. I'll take this information into consideration, and we will deal with the situation promptly. Faustus, was it? Yeah, pleasure to meet you. My name's Raska. Kind of like offers a hand to shake.
Offers his hand as well. Pleasure to you as well.
Yeah, I'm the night captain around here, and if you have any other information, I'll make sure my boys let you in. All right?
Most certainly. I do hope I haven't taken up too much of your time.
Nonsense. You know, if I had liquor here, I'd share it, but I'm on duty right now. So, is there any other hospitalities I could share with you before you head out, or will that be all?
So no, I should probably be making back towards my group. They might be concerned I've been gone for too long.
Well, then I
Cuts
shall
back
leave
to
you.
this.
Yeah.
Cuts back to this snoring.
And then we get Shella snoring too, and then. But yeah, he's kind of like nods and then goes back to his cigars, like, all right, well, I'll get this taken care of. And right as you walk out, you can see a man kind of like walking in. He's got like a black cloak on and hood popped up, and he kind of like looks over to Braska. You called? Yeah, come on in. Need you to go on a scouting mission. At which point you're allowed to leave.
Yeah, makes his way out the doorway.
And yeah, You are free to make your way back to the tavern. I don't think there'll be any incidents. Want to make a perception check for me as you get back?
That sounds potentially dangerous, so why not?
I mean, it is nighttime. I gotta do a little risque here. You kind of make it back. You hear the hooting of owls, the night creatures in the sky, and then nothing happens. You make it back without any incident.
So, yeah, re-enters the tavern. So I assume that he sees none of the group, and then just kind of
Yeah, it's gotten a
goes
lot
off.
later. Yep.
In which case, he is going to, I guess, make his own way to bed, as it has been a long day.
Been busy, busy, busy. I gotta.
Lots of walking.
Alright, I gotta write some notes real quick. But other than that, is there any other business we need to take care of?
Faustus is good.
Orin's dreaming of building plate armor.
I am silently wanting to murder a. I don't know what hit me. So.
A lovely lady voice, that's all you know. Or vile, depends. You definitely, like, I'm not saying it's Rissa, but you definitely got that vibe, someone of that nature.
Anyway, I now want to kind of maybe take their face.
Well, Rissa's possible, but the other person, you didn't get to see them. Alright, so with that, you guys wake up the next morning. And the morning is yours as Shella bounces out of bed. And she just kind of like sits there waiting for Faustus to wake up. Feel free to go ahead and give yourself full hit points, restore your abilities, and half your hit point dies that have been spent. As per rules. So, I know the
Oh, hello there,
usual-
Shella.
Oh, hey, it's about time you woke up. I've been waiting all morning.
Were you just standing there the whole time?
Well, I've had all this rest, you see, and now I'm restless.
I suppose that's understandable, but I suppose it's good that you're now in good spirits.
Yeah, much better, much better. So what are we doing today?
So, well, I suppose the first thing we're going to do is pop by the guild real quick, just to take care of a matter that was taken care of yesterday, and then... Well, I suppose we're either going to deal with the situation with the Tiamat cult, or... I suppose a group of gnolls causing trouble?
Great, either way, I'm in.
Very well then, I suppose it would be good to discuss it with the others.
All right, let's
So-
go.
Gets out of bed, fixes his hair.
Yeah, Shell comes over here by Orin.
Morning, Horn.
Orin ignores her.
Oh, you look a little down. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
She just kind of like kicks her heels against the chair and just waits for Faustus.
Arthur, were you standing there all morning?
Yeah, for the past 10 minutes at least. Don't ask why.
Well, I wasn't going to. At this point, I'm starting to detect it as a pattern. So, well, let's meet up with Orn and Kronk to see how we might be taking care of our plans for today.
That would be most wise, I think. This guy just rubs the backside of where that dagger was at last night.
So, good morning, Oren.
Good morning.
It's like I hope you slept well last night.
I slept very well. Dreamt
Me
of-
too.
I should have cut off her head.
What?
But at any rate, I do believe that we have a few items on our agenda for today.
Yes, we need to go to the guild. Have that null quest we can do.
Yes, we should probably deal with the gnolls, considering they might be part of the much larger problem that we know is going on. And then there's also the problem of the cult that nearly did away with Shella.
Yeah, I hate them. They're bad
So then-
people and they took Ori away.
And keep her.
So now come now, Oren. Ori had her special quirks. But she is still a person, and is most likely not doing this of her own will.
You can clearly see Shella staring at the table blankly.
Well, at any rate, claps hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I believe we've decided that we're stopping by the guild firsthand.
Yes.
And I believe now would be as good a time as any to head out then.
All right, let's go.
And with that, you all head to the guild. Don't get me wrong, you've all had like an enjoyable breakfast before you took off, and then heading out to get to the guild here. You are greeted by the half-elf once more. Take it you've dealt with those pesky and then he kind of like looks at Shella as she walks in behind. Oh dear.
Oh, don't worry, she's actually with us. She's not associated.
Oh, well, as long as you
She's-
take responsibility. Sorry, Oren, go ahead.
She's part of the quest.
How so?
I'm just saying, if she's part, if it says kobolds, if it's supposed to be all kobolds.
Was she the one that was stationed outside the gate?
No, she wasn't. She came into the city with us.
I'm gonna poke my head forward. No, but they did toss her. They did also toss her corpse down there.
I am
Oh,
confused
not
by
corpse,
all of
corpse, but
Hey, you're all making zero sense to me, but I have heard from the guards that the kobolds that were nested at the gate are been taken care of. The guards ransacked what was left of their tents and burned the rest of it to the ground. So that nuisance is finally done and over with. You have my thanks. I think the reward of 50 gold each would be good enough for this.
Thank you.
And yeah, each one of you, except for Shella, will get 50 gold, and remind Kronk to add that to his gold. Or maybe I should do that for him right now. And then I'll find out he doesn't have any gold. He's just been dropping it every so often. Alright. Yeah. So if he asks, tell him I added it for him already. All right then.
So-
Well, yeah.
Now, I do believe that there was an issue with Knowles as well. Is that not correct?
Well, there is, yes. And you guys want to keep working? Don't you guys want to take a break, enjoy your wealth?
I prefer to work.
Yeah, who am I to blame you? I mean, working keeps me busy, right? Fair enough. Yes, you can take the Knoll quest. Apparently, there's a hunting ground that has been invaded by these Knolls, and they're ruining the hunting for the season, and we need to get that taken care of right away. Otherwise, we're not going to have enough, you know, ale and stuff like that. We're going to run out of venison and such.
That would definitely cause problems for the city if left unchecked.
hmm But yes, here are the finer details, and it kind of like gives you a location where these specific hunting grounds are. They are east of the city, located northward. Uh, and you'll like it looks like it's about at least 10 miles away from the city itself. So it would take like at least what, a half a day to get out there?
Looks like we should set out right now, and then we'll be back by night.
Assuming you can do it all in what, an hour? Either way, I'm sure you guys can take care of yourselves, and good luck to you. Just want to pay a little bit more if there's any good results.
So well then, in that case, I do believe that we should head out before we, as I say, burn too much daylight.
Indeed, let's get going.
I suppose that none of you need any business done before we head out.
I'm good.
No, not necessarily. Tried to get my business done last night and it failed, so not gonna try that again tonight. Or today. Excuse me.
What kind of business
well
were
then,
you up
let's head
to
out.
at night?
That is best left to the imagination.
I got a pretty wild one. Are you sure you want to leave it to that?
Yes, let's do that. Trying to imply that it's weird instead of criminal.
Okay. So she's over there thinking real hard about it.
Look, it makes flamethrowers.
But,
Never flamethrowers.
yeah, so intention, we're walking again.
So Faustus doesn't necessarily see an issue with walking, considering he knows the issue from the previous day wouldn't resolve itself in just a day.
Yeah. Oh.
Go ahead.
Also, I guess I do stop by a general store to refill my arrows.
Easily enough. Quiver is at 1 gold, if I recall.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I have 15 extra to spare. Right now.
And
I mean, you just literally buy another quiver.
yeah, this drow woman hands over the quiver for you.
Okay. So, Quiver's 20 arrows, correct?
Mm-hmm. And she says, "Good day to you." And you can't help but recognize that voice from last night.
An almost cold look as the skin begins to bubble, and then he leaves.
And with that,
And as I,
go ahead.
with that, I'm gonna walk out and rejoin them after getting all that together. So yes, you know that trait I was telling you about that sometimes happens with me.
Yeah, the flamethrower one.
That would be a good idea to get hold of one. But
Yeah.
no.
What is a flamethrower anyway?
It throws flames, I'm assuming.
Oh, like firebolts. Got it.
Exactly. Actually,
I'll let
actually,
you
I think
quit
it's probably
talking to me.
better that we wait till we're outside the
Alright,
city.
yeah, I would say you start making your trek. So, and this will probably be the final scene as you kind of like have this conversation. You're out on the main road. You're able to go ahead and finish what you were thinking.
Okay, with nobody else around, I kind of look over at Faustus. So, anyways, on that thought yesterday about the traits of well, me. It's well, for starters, it's not just me. It's this is a widespread thing across my race. But we have these things called masks, which are different from our actual personalities. These change with our emotions. Most of us are able to keep these under wraps, but sometimes we just automatically flick on us with a snap of our fingers.
I see. So you see your identities as though you are putting on another mask.
Not necessarily. That's the masks are extensions of emotions. Like, say, if I'm extremely pissed off, I will turn into a red dragonborn. If I am upset, I might turn into a genasi. If I am relatively happy, I could turn into, well, I'll probably turn into someone who is full of happiness.
Like a
As-
Very good.
halfling.
What was that,
Yeah,
Faustus?
like that. Well, except I can't turn into a halfling.
But
As-
at any rate, you're suggesting that they have become so ingrained into your emotional spectrum that they have happened by instinct.
Kind of, yes. These are only with great extensions of the emotions.
But at any rate, where exactly are you going with this information? It's, it's like, why do you bring it up?
I thought you'd be a little bit curious as to what happened with last night and kind of on that first day we met.
It's like, oh, you mean that part where it looked like you had an awful skin condition?
Like, yes, that was kind of me dipping back and forth between what I actually look like and another form.
Does it hurt?
Not really, no. It's just sudden and kind of surprising if you're not careful.
It's like, yeah, it at least looked painful from the outset, but you know that is interesting. I mean, at least like the stories I've read of changelings, they didn't really exactly discuss your well like nothing of sort of like your culture, your biology, nothing of the sort. It was more of it was almost as though you were written like more like a fairy tale, really.
That's really because we have no culture, we have no society. We ingrain ourselves with the society we are born in, and we kind of just are forced to make our way from there.
But you think with your ability you could ingrain yourself into any society you wished. But you don't seem to be keen on that.
Yeah, I'm more keen on keeping myself distant now, but that's not necessarily the point.
So, well, at any rate, I am glad that you are willing to share that with me. I believe it will go a long way into getting to know each other better.
That is most certainly true, but it's
I suppose it wouldn't be fair if I didn't ask. Is there anything you would like to know about me?
let's see here. Kind of tries to wrap around his head for a second. Not necessarily. I'm familiar with most things about at least either your people or your most magic users are complicated, and I generally try not to ingrain myself because then there's the whole political debate. And in my line of work, politics has been one of the things I try to keep myself out of the most to get the best results.
I mean, when you kind of hesitates for a moment. Well, when you enter the Dawnbreaker family, it's hard to distinguish yourself from the local politics.
All right.
That goes, thank you. Go ahead at this point.
Oh yeah, at this point, like if your conversation's coming to a close, kind of like zoom out at the guys walking down the path leading east out at the gate as they're already heading out of the city, and you will be making your way to the Knoll encampment or whatever it is next week. So we're gonna go ahead and end the session there. We're a little early, maybe not too early, but yeah, we're a little early. But I feel like we'll let Prompt get back into the situation. That way he can rejoin. So we'll go ahead and end a little early. That way I have time to set up next week, and we'll get right into it. So join us next week, 7 p.m. Central, for more of Elsparia, Trails to the Past. We also have tomorrow the Mystery of Whisper Hills. And then Wednesday, Curse of Strahd. All these start at 7 p.m. Central on their respective days. Join us Thursday and Saturdays for variety streaming. So I might be playing a game. I think this Thursday I'm going to pick up Path of Exiles. And if anybody wants to play with us, you're welcome to download the game for free. And we'll just jump in it together if you guys are interested. That'll be somewhere around 3 or 4 o'clock on Thursdays. And might go into Saturday. We'll see. Friday is our open roleplay. Join us every Friday at 5 p.m. Central, and you can join these guys who are involved with our open roleplay and roleplay with them, and join us for D&D for Friday. If you like Fridays but hate the restrictions because of so many people, well, Sunday is probably no different, but you pay me to take the restrictions off because it's a sub-only campaign. And apparently there has been a wild spree of free subs that were given to the community. So if you have a sub and you are part of our D&D community on Discord, link your Discord to your Twitch and you can join our Sunday game as well. That starts at 12 p.m. Central. Once again, join these guys next Monday at 7 p.m. And we'll have Kronk back and say goodnight to Twitch and Facebook.
Good night!
All right.
Good night.
And with that, my friends, do you hear the calling? Stay tuned. We're going to go raid somebody. So yeah. We just ended, and we were like, "Who should we raid?" I saw you guys on at Swindler's Den, and then I'm like, "All right, we'll raid them." They keep raiding us, and basically we rated you just now, and then you rated us right back. So now we're back to where we were. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you guys had a good session. And we're going to get out of here, though. We were trying to go somewhere, but it didn't go, did it? You know what? I'll raid somebody else then. But you guys are welcome to join us. We'll raid our old friends over at Critical Hit Plus. They are playing Paper Mario. And have a good day, guys. Like, you just missed it. We just had to cut out a little early today. Wait, what? Oh, wait. I guess I gotta go back to my channel. Oh, that was awkward. But thanks, guys, for coming out. And we would have rated you if you didn't rate us. So. Yeah, we just rated each other. That was awkward. But thank you guys. Appreciate the support. We wanted to give it back, but we just couldn't do it. So we're gonna go raid some other friends of ours. So join us over at Critical Hit Plus, and we'll see you there. Could have sworn I